Good morning. Thank you for joining me, Coach Michael, on your Monday morning. A couple weeks back, I was speaking to this woman. Her name is Katrina, and she's an artist, and she has this wonderful gallery. And when I was young, out of high school, I almost went to Rhode Island School of Design. I loved watercolors, sculpturing, art, all sorts of art. So I still have that eye of appreciation for fine art. Katrina, I went to her website and started reviewing all her work. Beautiful work, absolutely beautiful work. So Katrina and I sat down and talked about potentially working together. And as we were talking, she was telling me about how she had to consistently produce new art for all these reasons that I won't explain. However, I asked, how much art do you have in your inventory? How many pieces? What's your average dollar say? How much do you sell these pieces for? And she was explaining to me how much she had in inventory, and I was quite surprised. And I was actually quite surprised on what she was selling the art for. I felt it was a lower number because my appreciation of that art, I felt, demanded a higher price. As long, of course, as Katrina really got clear on her ideal client and strategic alliances so the right people could be looking at her work that would appreciate, that would be happy to pay the price. And she obviously didn't have as much confidence in her product as I did, and I shared a little story, and I'm gonna have to read this because it's really interesting. I picked up this story about two and a half months ago. I'm gonna read it to you. It's called Selling the Invisible. An Italian artist sold an invisible sculpture for over $18,000 and had to give the buyer a certificate of authenticity to prove it's real. Invisible sculpture. Salvador Garau sold his piece entitled Lo Sono, I Am, to an unidentified buyer. Now this is what the artist said about the piece. The vacuum is nothing more than a space full of energy. And even if we empty it and there is nothing left, according to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that nothing has a weight. The Sardinian-born artist explained, therefore it has energy that is condensed and transformed into particles, that is, onto us. Now, if any of you understood what I just said, God bless you, because I don't have a clue. All I know is some individual bought a certificate of authenticity from some piece of matter, which is really nothing, for $18,000. So when I'm speaking to this artist and she has this beautiful work and she's selling her work for a lot less, I simply said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and they will name the price. First of all, but most importantly, you're the artist. You make the price and attract the people that are willing to pay that price. Now, as far as Salvador Garau, I would love to see that gentleman do an event at his house that bought that piece and explain to everyone coming to the event that beautiful invisible sculpture on his coffee table, of which they can't see. That would be an interesting conversation. But I share this with you today because everyone talks about sales is hard sometimes, and we have preconceived notions about salespeople that might be pushy or greedy or whatever it may be. But the bottom line is this. If you have confidence and belief in your service or your product, name your price. Because once you get clear on your ideal client, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And people are looking for greatness. They're looking for excellence. And if that's the way you feel about your product and service, the right people will pay the price. And they will get exactly what they want because you bring it, the goods and the service and the product with excellence, and it's exactly what they're looking for. So very simply, if Salvador Garau can sell essentially nothing, piece of matter, with a certificate of authenticity for $8,000, I don't necessarily know what you're selling, but I'm sure you can get your price if you're willing to find the right people to buy it. I hope this has been valuable because I found this extremely interesting. I want to thank you always for joining me, Coach Mike, on your Monday morning. I want to wish you a productive and profitable day, and go get them. Sell the invisible. Be well.